Hey, what's up my peoples? I'm back with another action figure video review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Black Series Battle Droid. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Let me hopefully not let him fall. No, stand. My copies are very hard to get to stand. There we go. Next thing you know, he just knocks over or falls over anyway. Please don't. But anyway. You do have a very cool piece of artwork of the Battle Droid right there. Same as a Battle Droid. It says it in another language. Warning, Black Series, nothing at the top. On this side it says they couldn't fit Battle Droid, but they tried in gray, but there it is in red right there. This is figure number 83 of the Black Series. And he is pack 2 per case, so he will be pretty easy to army build. So thank you, Hasbro, for making smart decisions. Not that you've ever made dumb decisions, but then again. But anyway, sorry. Barcode, legalese. On the back, you got a bio if you want to read it. Let's see if we can get a good zoom in on it. Hold on one sec. Okay. It's not perfect, but you can still see it, so go ahead. If you want to read it, go ahead. Read. If you speak multiple languages and you're wanting to read it in any specific language, here you go. And love that piece of artwork again, and Black Series in 83, and that's basically it for the packaging. Jesus, that was loud. Did not mean for that to happen. Well, I mean, I meant to throw it, but not that hard. Jesus. But here we have the Battle Droid, and oh my god. If this isn't my #1 favorite figure of the year, it's definitely going to be in like my top 3. Just saying, because Hasbro really made a lot of smart choices with this guy. He doesn't have articulated fingers like the SH Figuarts and the Bandai model kit, but honestly, I don't care. Because that means that this guy holds his blaster a lot easier than those two, especially the Figuarts. My God, those things. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that the Figuarts, getting them in a pose like this, didn't cause me to throw them, because they were stressful. They were very hard to get into a good aiming pose. I mean, maybe I'm just very heavy on the OCD when it comes to this kind of thing, but still. Anyway, so looking at him right now, I do have him in a good aiming pose. As you can see, you go pew 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 to you. But yeah. Nice sculpting and weathering. I mean, the weathering is a bit, it's good. It's just from a customizer's point of view, aka my point of view, it could be better. But I still like the weathering. I may still do a black wash or something to him. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see. But yeah, and as far as accessories go, he does come with his E5 blaster rifle, which is essential to all B1 battle droids, like this one. And then he does come with the backpack, and the backpack can detach, like that. He just plugs in with a couple of tabs that plug into those 2 slots, and the tabs have a bit of a notch on the end. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but you see that tiny little bump right there on this tab, and they have it, it's on both tabs, so if I can get a grip on it, you can just plug it in and it snaps into place, which is really cool. Now, Hold on, I gotta scratch my back against the chair because my back loves to get itchy. I hate that about my back. I don't know if I just have dry skin or what, but anyway, Battle Droid. You can take the backpack off and you can have either nothing on him. If he would stand, please, 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 please. Trying to get him to stand is like trying to pose the figure arts with those articulated fingers. Jesus, there we go. And, yeah, I put it in a bag because I don't care for this accessory. But if you really wanted to, you can leave the backpack on, you could take it off, and he'll fall over, son of a biscuit eater. Or you could give him just the antenna, which it's nice, and you know, you can plug it into either side, but the left side is more accurate, so you can have this look going on if you so choose, like in the Star Wars Connect game, where the battle droids didn't have the backpack, they had the antenna. Or, you know, you could plug it over here, but that's not really accurate to any of the source material, but you can do it if you want because it's your toy. But me personally, I prefer the backpack. It looks nicer. And plus the antenna don't get in the way because, like, I mean, they do, but they don't bend towards the head like these because if you, I'll just see, it kind of runs into the head. So, not a big fan of that. So, anyway, but you can, you know what, let's go into, size comparisons before I talk about, anything else. So, let's just get him standing upright and not falling over. Please stand. I think the leg joints on mine are loose. And if you're having a difficult time with your battle droid standing, that may be the case. And you can still do it. You just gotta balance them. Then they'll tell me I'm wrong and say blah 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 blah. Just saying, it happens. It's the internet, so people love to tell you you're wrong because they know you aren't wrong. But first comparison, I'm gonna get it out of the way. Here he is with the prototype SH Figure Arts Battle Droid, and this is the only SHF Battle Droid I have because, you know, why not? And here they are with the Bandai Model Kit Battle Droid. Now, you can use all three if you want, and I was originally planning to do that, but then I thought, I think I'm going to go with mostly Black Series and then like a few of the Bandai, and that's what I did. But you can see they all scale nicely with each other. The Hasbro one is bigger, which may bother you if you're that big on OCD, but my OCD rises and lowers on different things. This, it did with the Figuarts, but not with the Bandai kit. And I think maybe I can still, yeah, I could bring his neck up a little more, and yeah, that looks even better. But I mean, honestly, I'm gonna have these Bandai battle droids on the steps, and these guys will be fighting on the surface, and this guy will be with Spider-Man because I have a backstory for him. But I'll probably share that for another video. So there you have it with the prototype figure arts and the Bandai model kit, which is, it's definitely awesome, but I prefer the Black Series a little more because I can pose it without having to worry about joints breaking. But here he is with a Mega Action Destroyer droid. And if I hopefully not knock him over like I did in the Padme video, here he is with Bandai General Grievous. So there you have these guys. So there you go. And let me just get this Droid out of the way. And for the sake of me loving to do crossover stuff, here he is with Joker, Mafex Joker, SH Figuarts Harley Quinn, and Mafex Batman. So there they all are with them. Harley. And then here he is with Padme, his wave mate. Which means they're both in the same wave. I mean, if you don't know what wave mate means, then you know. But yeah, there he is with her. And then here he is with SHF R2-D2. It is the New Hope version, but still. Obviously R2 is going to be shorter because he's just an astromech, and astromechs are definitely shorter. And then here he is with Clone Captain Rex. Good size, I think. And then here is the battle droid with SHF Obi-Wan Kenobi and SHF Anakin Skywalker. You know, let's move Rex out of the way. So yeah. And Anakin does have his hips extended. And just because, here they are with Mace. And I'm not really interested in the Black Series Mace Windu because I'm very happy with the SH Figuarts Mace Windu. So, yeah, I don't feel like I need to get another one or replace this one. So, yeah. But there you have Anakin, Mace, and Obi-Wan. So, there you go. Now, for his articulation, let's, you know what, should we start with it? You know what, no. We'll get him in the folded up position. So, what you want to do is take the blaster, and you can go ahead and tab it onto the backpack. Like, there's a little tab right here that goes into this slot. So you could go ahead and do that, but, you know what, we'll try with it on the backpack, but, if it falls off, we'll just leave it off until the end. But the antenna, now a lot of people miss this, and I know people aren't perfect, but they should really spend more time with a figure, and instead of just jumping into the review. I mean, I'm not saying they have to be perfect at their reviews or anything. I'm just saying that a lot of reviewers on YouTube have missed this. So you want to take the antenna, and they slide into the backpack. And I do recommend being a little careful with them because they are thin, and on one of the Battle Droid backpacks, they did get a couple stress marks on each antenna. But yeah, they're packaged like this, and then you just extend them from the backpack. So do be aware of that. Now, what you want to do is extend the head, or the neck rather, and let me zoom out a bit and angle my viewfinder. So what you want to do is extend the neck, bring the head up, it's on a ball joint, and then hinge the neck down over the chest. And I think this is a your mileage may vary kind of thing, because the neck on one of them, I think it's this one, doesn't like to fold over very well, but on the other one it does. So your mileage may vary in terms of that, but yeah. Bring the arms out. Bring the legs in. And they're going to be on an angle, but that is accurate to how they fold up. So just do that. Bring the leg up. And then what I usually do is I usually use the ankle pivot to, get the feet flat. Then what you want to do is bring the arms down, bend the arms at the elbow, and kind of hinge the wrist inward like so. That, inward, and there you go. It's not a perfect recreation. Like, I just, one of the, I think it was Toy Fair, one of the people at Hasbro was showing a quick demonstration on how to do this. And I just love how people were like saying, oh, they don't know how to do it. It was glued to a piece of plastic to make the figure stand, and they were only wanting to show a quick demonstration. It's not going to be perfect. They're there to show toys, not play with them. People are so stupid, but anyway, I can't believe people argued with me on that, with me on that on Instagram. That was so sad. But anyway, there you go. There you have the Battle Droid, all folded up, and I do have the other one folded up as well. So, there you go. I mean, I hope you would have known that because of the Padme review, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, it executes very well. It's not perfect to the CGI model, but then again, CGI always cheats for the most part, and that's why you had like R2-D2 flying with rocket boosters and doing this and doing that a normal R2 prop would not be able to do, for example. So, there you have that. But, you can have him like this, or you can, bring his arms out, extend the legs, like so, and if the joints on yours are loose, then kind of bend the knees slightly, the knees and ankles, and, well, just basically get it where it's slightly angled on the legs, because otherwise these guys are not going to want to stand. At least standing straight up and down. And, hey, I just realized the blaster didn't fall out of the backpack. That's cool. But, then you just want to bring the wrists forward, bring the arms down, bring the forearms down. Go ahead and extend the antenna just so that the head doesn't get in your way. Like so. And then you want to fold the neck and head up, and then this is all one piece as opposed to just the center being a panel that moves, which, I mean, I'm fine with. I mean, at first I was like, why? But now I'm like, you know what, it's fine, because you wouldn't want this tiny little area to break or fall off and then get lost, because, I mean, the entire back panel is small enough as it is, so just bring this down, and you can kind of angle it however you want, so you can get it more at that angle or down all the way. But the point is, bring the neck up on this hinge, bring the head down on the ball joints, bring the back of the head down, and then collapse the neck into the body. And that's how you get his that's how you get him in and out of compressed, folded up, storage, whatever you want to call it mode. But yeah. So let's remove the blaster and go over articulation. The head is on a ball peg, so you can get him to look all the way up and pretty much forward, but you also have the neck hinge to use to your advantage. If you want to like get him to be like what, or you know, have him look left or right. It can turn at the ball joint at the neck, as you can see, but the neck joint is a lot looser, so that's why it loves to rotate. Which, I mean, if that doesn't bother you, you know, cool. You know, that, I mean, it doesn't bother me, so it's fine. But just to make sure you're aware of that. But yeah, you can move the neck and head back and forth, get a pile driver kind of thing. So there you have that. The shoulders are ball hinged, so they go outward that much, down that much, and then they can rotate a full 360. And as you can see, this little cap is rotating with the shoulder. So if you want more range, you can rotate it up, hold the cap, bring the arm back down, and then you get a little more range. But honestly, it's not that much, so I don't do it personally. I just leave this part of it down, and then yeah, I keep it like this because it just looks better to me. You do get a bicep swivel. You get a single hinged elbow, but it bends so much better than the SH Figure Arts. Like, I'll even show you on my prototype SHF, because it's the same mold as the regular Figure Arts, but obviously this is just a prototype. So, but yeah, much better range. That's one of the reasons why I got rid of my Figure Arts, because I hated the range of movement on the elbows. Sorry, I got my hand in the way. And as you can see, the Bandai gets maybe the Bandai gets slightly more out of the elbow, but honestly, this is plenty of room to work with. So I'm very happy that Hasbro basically did like a mix of the Bandai kit and the Figure Arts in a way, but just with some added tricks like the antenna extending from the backpack. Love that feature. But continuing on with articulation, you get an elbow bend that far forward, and you can actually bend it back, but why you would do that, I don't know, unless you want him to break his elbow. He does have a forearm swivel, so there you have that, and he actually does come packaged with his forearms basically like this. So I mean, this is the accurate way of the forearm being oriented, but you can have it however you want, because not only do you have the forearm swivel, but you also have a wrist swivel, and you do hinge in about that far because there is a bit of a sculpted detail right there. So you can hinge only that far, which, I mean, honestly, it's good. It's perfect. And then you can hinge all the way outward, so you can have them like I don't know, I haven't used it yet, or something like that. But there you have that. And now the torso is on a ball joint, but you can get forward and back, and you can get the swivel, but the most range you're going to get is forward and back. So, and then these loose hips, you don't get that much outward or inward, but you do get very far up. He can kick his own head, he can do them high kicks, and he can kick back that far. In fact, he can kick the back of his head. So if you need him to do any of that, single hinge knee, but it gets up all the way for the folded up transport, storage, whatever kind of position you want to call it. And then you do get ankle swivels as well as an ankle hinge up very far down. And the upward isn't as extravagant as the down, but it still gets you plenty of range of movement. And then you do get some pretty good ankle pivot. And then if you move it at the actual ankle pivot and then kind of turn this joint around, which I do recommend being careful with because of this little piece right here, which I think they did to preserve the sculpt, but you get some you can basically manipulate it to get some good ankle pivot. So there you go. So yeah, overall, this is an amazing figure. Like, honestly, I didn't think Hasbro was going to do such a great job with this thing. And no articulated fingers, which is fine, like I said, because he holds his E5 blaster rifle perfectly. I can get it into his hand. Come on. There we go. It can be a bit tricky. But yeah, like, this thing is so near perfect. Like, if you're hesitant on getting some Black Series battle droids because of how skinny the design of these guys are, do not hesitate. Go grab at least 2 because these things are freaking amazing. If I did have to list any complaints, it's the fact that to get him in a walking pose, it requires a lot of balance and patience, and these guys are not easy to stand, just standing up and down. So those are 2 of my major gripes, but overall, this thing is truly, it's truly a replica of the CGI model. I mean, yes, the Bandai kits are more replicated from the CGI model than this, but in terms of, like, sturdiness, this blows the Bandai kit out of the water. In terms of how sturdy this is compared to the Figuarts, I still consider this to be more sturdy. Simply because you can flex the plastic around a little to get what you want out of it. And you don't have to worry about the fingers falling off and all that other kind of crap. Like, that's one thing, that's another thing I hated about the SH Figuarts Battle Droid, because you had to replace this little section from the extended to the from the extended antenna to just the antenna heads, and that was nerve-wracking. Trying to get the Figuarts to hold their rifles with 2 hands was nerve-wracking. I pretty much always had to turn their torso to get them into a good aiming pose, which I did not like doing all the time. So yeah, if you're hesitant on this guy, don't be. Definitely buy at least 2. You definitely at least need 2. I highly recommend this. So there you go. There you have the Black Series Battle Droid. Sorry this video was a bit longer than I wanted it to be, but there was a lot of stuff to go over in terms of comparisons. But I will see you guys in the next video.